Hi everybody, this is Cruel GG's here, bringing you my first cast ever, and joining me today is the one and only, the beautiful, the adorable Greg. What is hit? How are you doing, Greg?
I'm doing pretty good. A couple long days at work, and now I get to unwind with some Dota.
Cool. So I know I promised you guys I would do my first video in the first 10 hours, but I was having trouble with some replays, but I finally managed to get one. And this is going to be a scrim between the North American Fnatic team and AON. Do you know who these guys are? AON?
I don't know the whole team, but I do know Sliceal and Hannah Montana. Obviously, Hannah Montana from Complexity.
Right, yeah.
And Sliceal is a pretty popular North American player who has recently been dominating the American Cup Series, SECS, Sunday evening cups from NA Dota. So expecting actually pretty high level game. Two pretty strong North American teams, at least. April O'Neil Esports is at least a strong composition of North American players, and Fnatic RC NA doing pretty well in the DreamHack qualifiers. They didn't quite qualify straight into the groups, but they were only 1 or 2 rounds off, so pretty strong showing, and I know a couple of their players, and they're all pretty high skill. So
Actually, it makes me wonder who April O'Neil even is, to be honest.
It's probably that girl.
Yeah. Well, anyway, right off the bat, we see Batrider banned, and then a Bounty Hunter was banned first, and then the Batrider banned, I think. And yeah, and then Gyrocopter and Wisp. Those two are a little weird for me. I don't usually see those bans. Wisp sometimes, but not that much.
Gyro has been pretty popular with a lot of North American players in the last couple of weeks. Basically, I had talked to Rolo from Fnatic a little bit about it. Basically, he's a ranged version of Sven. It's a good way of thinking about him. He's a little bit less useful. It takes longer for him to become more useful. He has to farm up a couple more damage items because he doesn't have God Strength. But essentially, if you get a couple Demon Edges on him and a Daedalus, it becomes similar to Sven. So a lot of North Americans have been playing around with him. Root Korea has been playing him in almost every single pro game they've had in the last couple of weeks. So,
and I'm guessing that they safe lane him?
Korea often, he mids him a lot, but I'm not really sure where the right place to lane someone like that is, because he has some good harass potential, and he's a pretty strong laner, despite, the way you usually build him is 1-1-1, and then you just do a shitload of stats, and it gives you a pretty strong, mid-game. But, I don't know. I guess I understand the ban. It's possible that someone on April O'Neil plays him, pretty regularly. But, quick picks.
Yeah, we see the picks here. These are all, in my opinion, pretty safe picks. Doesn't really reveal what you want to do with your team comps. I mean, Jakiro, Templar Assassin can go well with just about any team comp. Darkseer also, you can set up a lot of things depending on what you want to pick afterwards, so pretty safe picks so far.
Yep, it does give us a little bit of an insight into the probable lanes of both teams, though. Darkseer obviously can jungle, but in competitive play, almost never see that. He's probably going to be the off lane of April O'Neil. Templar Assassin, almost definitely the mid lane, and Jakiro probably that easy lane support.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, Darkseer definitely one of the better offlaners out there because he can harass with the Ion Shell, and also he can get away with Surge very easily. Pretty hard to take down if he plays properly, so pretty good offlaner right there. Yeah,
especially if he's put up against a melee. It's the lane becomes really frustrating for the melee, because the Ion Shell can take you down extremely quickly. The first level is not a big deal, but once that gets up to level 4, if there's a double stack Ion Shell near you, you lose half your health in 3 seconds. So.
Oh wow, and a Magnus. Okay, so a Magnus is also actually another offlaner for most games nowadays, right?
Yeah, he's been played in the offlane pretty often by a lot of teams. EG comes to mind. But he's also a pretty strong mid, as bizarre as that sounds. Skewer is a really great offensive and defensive ability. Shockwave is extremely strong in lane. Skewer also gives him a little bit of rune control. It's not ideal because the cooldown is so high, but in a worst case scenario, you can definitely use it to beat someone to the rune. I mean, TA is not really mobile at all, so if you leave at the same time in Skewer, you know you're going to get the rune. Unless she already has a blink dagger somehow at 5 minutes, in which case you lost anyway. So I sort of expect that's probably where he'll go, unless they do something a little bizarre. And we see the Sven picked up from Fnatic NA, and I understand why, because Sven is just so strong lately, but Magnus is one of those direct counters to Sven, mostly just because reverse polarity goes straight through BKB, so if you can catch him in that reverse polarity. We'll also see a lot of teams pick up Faceless Void as well in responsive Sven, because both of those abilities go through that BKB, so you can isolate him down during the duration and then burst him down afterwards. But I don't know. Magnus is a strong hero. Sven is a really strong pick. I definitely understand why both teams picked them.
Wait, Greg, I actually have a question here. I'm wearing headphones. Is that not going to work?
It will work.
Okay, so you can still hear me? Like if I record with Fraps?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay. Okay.
First cast was, as long as it's your, as long as you selected the right audio output, it should be fine.
Hopefully I did. Anyway, okay. Maybe we should check that, dude. I don't feel like it's gonna work.
Alright, just pause it. Just pause it. Ready? Pause.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I just had to check that we could actually hear Greg talking during the cast. Yeah, like I said,
pretty important.
This is my first cast, and I'm pretty new to this. Don't exactly know how to do everything perfectly just quite yet, but yeah. One thing I just want to say real quick is, if you guys want me to cast your games, which I do want to cast people's games, not just professional games, although I will be doing that too, just email me the ID number of your game and try to make it like a good game. Don't make it like a pub slump or anything, something that was fair. Probably strategic would be better. I'll put the email down below, and yeah, if you guys want to send me games, you can go ahead and do that.
So far, our next ban phase, Undying and Tidehunter banned out for April O'Neil and Enigma, as well as Shadow Fiend for Fnatic NA. And it looks like Fnatic's a little bit scared of those teamfight heroes. They already have, April O'Neil already has that Magnus, which is a really, really strong way to set up both Black Hole and Requiem of Souls. So you have to take away a couple of those heroes that can do like outrageous damage when you're stunned. And April O'Neil also banning out Tidehunter, which is just a great counter initiation.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, April O'Neil has a lot of AoE right now, if you think about it. The Vacuum, the Reverse Polarity, the Frost Nova, those are all like AoE spells that when stacked on top of each other will do a lot of damage put together.
Especially an Ion Shell on Magnus, as he's destroying everyone after polaritying them. They have a strong lineup so far. Magnus and Darkseer are both heroes that synergize extremely well with a variety of different heroes and different kinds of spells. Right now, I guess if they were not putting Magnus in the mid lane, they could have potential for another really good bursty hero. Someone like a Queen of Pain goes really well with the lineup they already have. But like I said, I sort of expect to see that Magnus in the mid lane. I'm not sure. I guess they could put him as a farmer, but I always think about Magnus as sort of a utility, as less than a hard carry. So we'll see.
Yeah, I definitely agree. He has hard carry potential, but oftentimes it's just better to get that Blink Dagger on him and just set up Reverse Polarity on the other team. Use him like that. And, okay, so we see Queen of Pain for Fnatic NA. So this, to me, says offensive tri-lane. Because I'm pretty sure TA will be the mid. And okay, PA pick. That's interesting. But like I was saying, I'm pretty sure the TA is the mid hero. And yeah, there we go. Offensive tri-lane. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen here. Sven, Jakiro, Lina going down into the bot lane for Fnatic.
Yeah, I definitely agree. When you have that many stuns and heroes that complement each other that well, and then two solos, there's not really a reason to put that in the normal easy lane, because you don't need 3 heroes with stuns to beat a Darkseer in lane.
Yeah.
So pretty obvious that is going to be heading down. And then the Queen of Pain matchup versus Darkseer is also much more favorable than putting Sven in that lane. Obviously having the range here and the burst damage, able to bring down the creep with Ion Shell extremely quickly. And it's going to be Sliceable playing that Magnus, and I think he must be going mid. I don't know how else it could go.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. Makes the most sense in my opinion. So, yeah, I'll introduce Fnatic then. So we'll have Whitebeard playing the TA, we have Tobacco on the Queen of Pain, I hope that's how you pronounce his name correctly, Smurf on the Sven, and Derp on Lina, and Rolo is going to be playing the Jakiro.
Yeah, and for April O'Neil Esports, it's going to be Defect on the Crystal Maiden, Phoenix on the Rubik, Ryu on the Phantom Assassin, Hannah Montana playing the Darkseer, and Sliceal on the Magnus.
Right, so right away we see the offensive tri-lane that we were talking about going straight bottom. Trying to get some early kills in, most likely, that's what I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a little difficult as they're running up against more than 3 heroes, but they're taking a smart route around the back, and TA is going to be in the front. Going to have to be really careful.
Ooh, TA might get cut off here, actually. If she's not careful, oh, there we go, the Rubik picks her up. Lots of damage coming in. Oh, the Crystal Nova. Okay, I think this is definitely a dead Whitebeard. Going to be first blood for sure. Let's see. Oh, is he going to get denied? Is he? Oh, okay. Wow, that was a good play. And, wow, okay, we might see some more action here. You wanna do this one?
Yeah, so Ben is up in the air now. They're going to try to toss him the high ground. He does make it up to the high ground. Now Derp taking the first damage from Hannah Montana, and Smurf is now stuck.
So this is already not looking good for Fnatic in my opinion. This is basically a dead spin. I don't see how you could get out of this one. Doesn't have a Quelling Blade, no way to get out of there. He could tango his way out, but...
Oh my god, this is hilarious.
It's a lot of misses coming in, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna do his best to get out of there, and it doesn't look like he's gonna make it out.
Okay, well already at 2-0. Oh, he might actually. The Ice Path helps out, but no, he's down. So yeah, already a 2-0 lead for AON. Technically 3-0, but one of them was the Knight to Roche, and they do not get gold or experience for that. So yeah, 2-0.
And now we're going to see this tri-lane versus tri-lane Fnatic with the right idea there, but it's not... I mean, they got a little unlucky. It's a little unusual that all 5 would be roaming towards that jungle, and without Hannah Montana, that really would not have been even close to the same. Iron Shell does so much damage early when you don't have any health, so...
Hannah Montana is actually jungling and playing mid at the same time. This is not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah, so it's still going to be Magnus in that off lane, and Hannah is abusing the mid pull while still playing mid, so taking the abuse to the next level.
I really think that this top lane favors Queen of Pain. I don't think Magnus is going to get any CS up here. Might even die a couple times Queen of Pain if she knows what she's doing. But back in bot lane, we see Sven trying to get whatever CS he can. It seems like both the sides are pretty scared right here, because enough bursts can kill either one of them.
Yeah. And I'm at 13-15, so I'll make sure we're synced up.
I'm at 13-17 now, 13-18, 13-19.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah. So, oh, that was my chair. So yeah, not a lot going on yet, but I think at any moment this bottom lane could explode. Just one team decides to go on the other, try to pick up a kill. So I'm going to keep my eye out for that.
In the mid lane, Whitebeard is doing okay. Refraction is going to be not very effective at all against Hannah. Now he's just getting run down, and this is not looking good. He might just die. He has Refraction now, but that does not last very long. He's just going to choose, Hannah's going to choose to back up.
I actually checked the movement speed during that, and TA has 5 more movement speed than Darkseer. I think if they were at the same, that would have been a dead TA right there.
And Whitebeard now has his bottle, has his magic stick, but look how fast the refraction's going to be gone. Oh, that's not enough damage at level 2. Interesting.
Didn't see that coming.
Okay. Alright, well I'm going to look back up to top lane. Looks like Tobacco is definitely winning this lane. Do you know if that's how you pronounce his name? Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, it's Tobacco.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's making the Magnus go way back, farther than he wants to be. She's probably taking the CS over him. I'm just going to check that real quick. 10 and 7, yeah. Nice. Yeah, definitely. So not a good lane for Magnus to be in, but... Oh, here we go. There's an engagement down bot, Stormbolt. Lina stuns. All the stuns follow up. This is going to be a dead CM for sure. But will Sven pay the price? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that's a dead Sven for sure. Lina stuns... Oh, that was close. Lina stuns again. Might be able to pick up a secondary kill here. The Ice Path can hit. And... Okay, it does. Pretty good play for Fnatic there. Unless they lose this, are they going to lose Lina too? No, the stun hits perfectly. Oh, but she dies anyway. Sad.
Fnatic here is at a really big disadvantage because when they lost that first blood, losing that level, like they were pretty much a full level down when they got into lane. And the fact that they're doing I mean, it's still tri-lane versus tri-lane, but look at the levels. It's like not even remotely close. Smurf now is up in the air after CM. Freezes him, tossed back, and there's still a good amount of damage coming out from this PA who doesn't have anything. Blinks forward, and not look like he's going to get the kill.
They stunned 2 different people there, not the best decision. But CM dies anyway. Spence, meanwhile, is still alive. Does he have a Quelling Blade? No, no tangos either. Cannot eat his way out of here. But he might still live. No, he goes down.
And Lina also took down Rubik, so a bit of a weird trade going on in this bottom lane. 2 do go down. Fnatic finally getting a little bit of an edge in the end of that fight, but finally their levels are getting sort of close. They're even now. So that's a big thing that Fnatic needed to accomplish. They need to equalize the level difference in the tri-lane versus tri-lane, otherwise they were just going to keep losing fights. So a couple smart pick-offs, and they were able to do that.
Yeah, I just want to say for the players out there that don't know, where Sven was stuck right here in this location, if you have a Quelling Blade or a tree, you can eat this one tree right here, I'm pointing at it, and then just escape through this little pathing right here. But yeah, he didn't have anything, so he ended up dying for it. So back in the bottom lane again. I think at this point, AON definitely have won this lane. Not fully, but are definitely an advantage here. Like you said, the first blood helped out a lot, and since then Sven has already died 3 times, so yeah, not the best situation for Fnatic.
Yeah, and they've spread the kills out pretty well for April Meal in this bottom lane, where if we look at Fnatic, Sven hasn't gotten any of them, so he's the one that's the most behind and has not really gotten any health. And Hannah Montana now is going to rotate down to this bottom lane and see if they can make this advantage even larger.
Wow, actually Smurf only has 9 last hits. That is not where you want to be 5.5 minutes into the game. That is actually like, that's really bad. That is like what, 1 CS? 1.5 CS a minute?
Yeah, that's not very good. Whitebeard in the mid lane has 32 and Hannah has 36. And Hannah not able to convert a kill yet. He's going to maybe go around the back. This is a little bit ambitious.
Yeah, I think he changed his mind.
Yeah.
That would have been a pretty good play there. Yeah, he's maxing out Ion Shell. That's the right thing to do. For some Darkseer players out there, you do not want to get your Wall of Replica at level 6. It's just not as good as your other spells, so you might want to wait a bit, get it at like level 10, and then get the level 2 at level 11. Meanwhile, we have an engagement. So Sven stuns someone. Lina's up in the air. She does a stun too. PA tanking a bit. It doesn't look like anything. Oh, Queen of Pain TV's in. Shadow Strike on the PA. Okay, we see a little bit of a chase down. Sven doesn't have another stun, so I think everyone's going to be okay here. Yeah.
Oh, why would you turn around?
Yeah, questionable. Fire. Queen of Pain actually. Whoa, what is she doing here? No, this is not where you want to be. Oh, she drops too. Hannah Montana's stunned now. Perfect ice path, I want to say. TA, whoa, TA picking up 2 kills with 1 hit. That is definitely killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
And Fnatic cleans up that fight 3 for 1 with the really great TPs and Whitebeard moving in as well. And PA the only one left in the area. Smart blink out, doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Ice Path is going to get the kill. Jakiro running away to not de-aggro the creeps in time. Doesn't look like he's going to die. Has to salve through it though. Yeah. And hopefully Fnatic will be able to bring down this tower. If they can, I'd say they're in a pretty good position. And that was some really great team play from them, definitely showing the fact that they are a pro team. They do practice together quite often, and good coordination is able to save this bottom lane at least a little bit. Sven still has nothing.
Yeah, but the TA does pick up 3 kills in that, so that's really good. That means she's going to get her Blink Dagger a little bit faster. Yeah. Oh, actually, she just bought a Medallion of Courage. I think I saw that on the courier now, yeah. So TA went Medallion of Courage. Pretty good, sub 8 minutes, so under the 8-minute mark. It's a pretty good item.
And that Medallion to me definitely says that Fnatic's going to be going for an aggressive Roshan attempt extremely quickly. Think about all the armor reduction they already have between Meld and Medallion. It's going to let them bring down Rosh much earlier than usual, with much less damage than usual.
Yeah, the Medallion actually does not get countered by Roshan's Lincoln Sphere, his little, built-in Lincoln Sphere. So, for people that don't know that. Meanwhile, top lane, let's see how Queen of Pain has been doing. She's actually 0-1 right now, but I'm sure the last hits will make up for that. Yeah, she has 42 last hits now. Magnus only has 22. So clearly Tobacco won this lane.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, Slice'll really can only get last hits with shockwaves. I mean, he can occasionally move up when they're near the tower like this, but Queen of Pain, as soon as he walks up to the, as soon as Magnus walks up to the creep wave, he's got 2 levels in Shadow Strike, so immediately that's going to strike Slice'll, and it does a really good amount of damage early.
Takiro trying to place
get picked off? Nope.
I was going to say, he might pay for that ward placement. See that in a lot of pub games. Some support player tries to go and place a ward, and then he ends up getting picked off for it. Does not happen as much in competitive games, though.
And there's a smoke on Derp Derp. So I think they're gearing up for a Roshan attempt. They've got the smoke. There's some extra wards on Jakiro. We just saw him put up another ward as well as that's not his. Oh, that was his sentry. So they put up the sentry. They know that this ward is here now, but can't get over there quite yet to take it down.
Yeah. The only problem I think they're gonna have is like who's gonna tank it. I think Sven is probably the best choice, but even he's probably going to get beat down pretty fast by Roshan. I guess if they switch the aggro, they'll be able to do it pretty easily.
Yep, refraction from TA too is helpful.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that would definitely be able to do it. Okay, so it seems like both teams want to get an engagement off, but deciding not to. Tabako's actually out of position right now. If Rubik can pick her up, put her on the high ground maybe. Nope, she walks away just fine. Just peachy.
So I mean, if Fnatic gets this Roshan, I think they're going to be at a bit of an advantage. The bottom tower was denied for April O'Neil, but the problem is that they're playing against a Magnus, and the most aggravating thing about playing against Magnus is it's really easy for your team to win fights when you have no business winning fights. Especially with the composition they have tons of AoE. As soon as this Phantom Assassin gets a Battle Fury, it's going to be like, oh, it's going to be so aggravating. You get reverse polarity, and then your entire team gets critted for like an absurd amount of damage, sort of like Sven. They also have the Iron Shell on top of that. Crystal made an ultimate if she wants to use that and whatever Rubik steals, and if Rubik can grab Scream or Sonic Wave from Queen of Pain, it's an outrageous amount of damage extremely quickly. So Fnatic's going to have to be extremely careful in their engagements, even when they have the advantage.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, they kind of have a wombo combo potential for sure. Because reverse polarity, vacuum, and then yeah, the Rubik steals the Queen of Pain abilities. That's basically a wombo combo right there. So yeah, Fnatic definitely have to be careful of that. Ice Path not really hitting anything in the mid lane, just farming a bit. Seems like, yeah, this is becoming quickly a very passive game in my opinion. But yeah, at any time this game could explode, so who knows.
Some good warding coming out of both teams. Sentry wards all over the map in the mid lane.
Yeah. So as far as PA goes, what item do you think she should go for here?
Battle Fury.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Battle Fury plus the Magnus's Empower, going to be a lot of cleave damage coming in, so yeah, she'll be able to take down the enemy team really quick. Yeah, everyone's just farming right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Fnatic. I think Fnatic should perhaps try to force the issue a little bit on this Roshan attempt before April O'Neil gets all the levels they really need. As soon as Darkseer wall gets up, it's going to be way more complicated for them to take that Roshan. Right now, PA has nothing really, just Treads, and Magnus as well also has nothing. So I think they're in a good position right now to move in because there's still going to be the big ultimates from April O'Neil, but they don't really have the damage to follow it up quite as much. So if they get like one pick off, I imagine they'll probably try to go for Roshan.
Yeah, and actually PA just getting her Ring of Health, that does mean Battle Fury in my eyes. That's definitely going to be one. Like we said, down bot was just too hard to farm for both Sven and PA because if they overextend too much, they would get engaged on and probably end up in a death. So both their farms are a little slow right now. Let's see what Smurf has actually. He has a Bracer, so that could mean an early Drums, very possible. Pretty good item on Sven too. And yeah.
With how behind Smurf is, I think a Drum's not a bad choice. It's a lot of cheap stats.
Yeah.
The additional movement speed is always helpful as well, but he's just so behind. 33 last hits and 3 deaths at 13 minutes. He's in a really bad position. PA, I mean, is not in much of a better place. 2 deaths, 38 last hits. Does have an additional kill, so they're the same. They're pretty much the same level. Their farm is pretty close, probably. Yeah, it's only 200 apart, so they're both in really bad positions. I'm not really sure. I mean, I think Drums is a good move, but again, I really think Fnatic needs to make moves on this Roshan.
Yeah, I mean, they got the Medallion, and they have Refraction, like we said, so I don't really see why they wouldn't do it. Maybe they're just scared of being Vacuum Reverse Polarity in that very narrow Rosh pit.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be. If they can grab
Oh, we see an Ice Path in the mid lane coming. It's not going to hit anything, though. This looks like a chase that Sven uses a Warcry. Reverse polarity hitting 4 players. Oh, the Nova, the Shockwave. Oh, these heroes just melting right now. This is that wombo combo we were talking about. Didn't even need the Scream of Pain. Oh, man. Okay, so PA picking up one more kill there. Whitebeard is just hiding over on the side. He's going to go down too, most likely. Yep. We see Jakiro trying... Did Jakiro buy back? Yeah, okay, Jakiro bought back. Templar Assassin bought back. Let's see if they can pick up another kill here. The PA is running. Yeah, I think this PA is probably gonna die. No, they back off of her? Okay, well she's gonna get away just fine. And that was a, what, 4 for 0 actually.
Yeah, I was wrong about one thing. They actually do have the damage. Not really a problem. I mean, at this point, Iron Shell's level 4, Shockwave's level 4, and yeah, that was ugly. Fade Bolt on top of that. That was not a really good fight for Fnatic RC. I don't think they were expecting him to get destroyed that bad. I mean, partly it's their own fault, but Slice'll had a really great skewer, lining up 3 of them, and then there was just a 4th in the area for reverse polarity. So really great engagement for April Neal, and not so much for Fnatic. But Rolo and Whitebeard are now just going to jungle. They're trying to make up some of the farm on Whitebeard, who got the medallion, so I mean it's honestly almost completely wasted at this point. Looks like he's going to be going for a BKB next, and I feel like he really needs that mobility from the Blink Dagger.
Yeah, it's strange that he didn't opt for the Blink Dagger. And the medallion, at first I agreed with it. Yeah, you know, get it early, do the Roshan, that's a great plan. The meld damage actually increased too with that. But, you know, they just couldn't find the opportunity to do it, I guess. And
yeah, they were afraid of what just happened, basically happening in the Roche pit. It would have been even worse.
Whitebeard is melded right here, and Hannah Montana and CM just don't see it. If they had dropped that Sentry Ward, oh, here we go. There's an engagement. Crystal Maiden, half her life's already gone. The Ice Path hits her too. Whitebeard is trying to chase her down. He has the haster, and it's very possible. Rubik now with Refraction, gonna be okay. I don't think Whitebeard should keep going on them. Probably just take the pick and run. Oh, the reverse polarity. Oh, there we go. There's gonna be a Shockwave soon after. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Overstayed their welcome, in my opinion. I think they should.
Sure, was so good.
Magnus?
God, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage, man. But yeah, I definitely think they overstayed their welcome. Should have just took the CA pick and used haste to get away.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you can't afford to stay in those fights, because at this point they're at a disadvantage and they're playing against Magnus, and that ultimate was like just barely up, but Slice'll having no problem dropping it. Yeah,
actually he missed the first one and he canceled it just in time. That was a really good play by Slice'll. Definitely high.
He has a Blink Dagger now.
Well, that's definitely good for AON, not good for Fnatic, of course. He's already been setting up his reverse polarities almost perfectly, so this Blink Dagger is just going to perfect that even more.
Yeah, I mean, basically, the biggest thing about the Blink Dagger for them is not so much for positioning the reverse polarity, but it gives you an escape option in case you mess it up. So you can blink in and then skewer out, and that gives you a couple of big things. You can drag people out sometimes, you can drag out 2 people sometimes, and then it also gives you the ability to sort of dart in and out of the enemy team until you want to engage. So I love Blink Dagger on this hero. Not for what you would think, just to set up the ultimate, but in combination with skewer, it gives you great mobility.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I just want to look at the gold graph and the EXP graph real quick. EXP, wow, actually favoring the Dire a little bit by like about 500. Gold graph, wow, the Dire ahead by 2,000 as far as gold is concerned. That's actually, oh, yeah, I think that has a lot to do with the top lane that went down. Magnus just was not able to farm that well, and Queen of Fame probably doubled her farm compared to Magnus there. So, yeah. Just shows how important one lane can be.
Smurfed is going to be going for the drum. I already said I think this is a fine decision. That early stats, hopefully...
Oh, wow, he's not actually on the high ground, but he still has skewer up, so I think he'll be okay. That's exactly what you were talking about, huh?
Yep. And Stormhammer, the most annoying ability in the game, one of the only that you can't disjoint in almost any fashion.
Yeah, the only thing that stops it is like Shadow Demon's Disruption. Okay, so we see an engagement on Hannah Montana. Ice Path hits, Chain Stun down, 1 attack from Sven, and he was down. Let's see what Rubik has. He still has Refraction. No, he has Stormbolt now, but I don't think that's going to save him from anything. If this Ice Path will hit him.
He has a full charge wand, but not enough. Another reverse polarity. Smurf and Tobacco behind enemy lines, looking like they're in a lot of trouble. Smurf's going to go down. There's a Sonic Wave. It is enough to bring down one hero, and Human Pain is out.
Yeah.
Rolo, oh my god, Rolo. Oh, if he had died there, I would have made fun of him for so long.
So yeah, that actually favors Fnatic. They get 2 kills for 1. Meanwhile, Whitebeard was just on the top lane taking down this tower. It's in the deny range now. If he's not careful...
Oh my god, that's so annoying.
Okay, well there's the deny. Almost for sure gonna happen. Yep. But, you know, at the end of the day, that's a tower down. That's some map control he just won. So, you know, I think he'll take it. Meanwhile, Derp has an Invis Rune. Might be going for a Magnus kill. She could definitely burst him down. She just has to wait for her ultimate, most likely. Let's see if Sleazel will... Wow, blinks out.
Okay. Oh my god.
He definitely knew something was wrong.
He's a great player. Sleazel, he's got some really good potential, and it's exciting to see him playing more.
Yeah, I like him. He's really good. Those reverse polarities, man, those are top notch. Meanwhile, Smurf, let's check out his farm. Actually, he has not finished the drums yet. It's 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah, he has enough for it now, but
yeah.
His farm is not looking so great. He has basically the farm you'd want to see at 10 minutes, minus those 5 deaths. So, not doing so well. Hannah already has a mech. He's going for a pipe as well. It's really interesting. Darkseer has sort of developed into this hero that pretty much always gets both those items because it gives him pretty much as much effective HP as a Vanguard with Mechanism and then Spell Resist from the pipe. So it's extremely common. I think it's a really smart. Gives him huge effective HP, and yeah, big fan of it.
It's interesting to see that he actually is level 11 now, but does not have his level 2 wall. He kept it at level 1. Maybe he just thinks that another level of Surge is more worth it. Who knows? I would personally think the wall is a little bit better. The duration increases, the damage. I don't know, but
we'll probably pick it up next. I think they just know that if they don't want to engage, they don't really have to. With Surge,
Smurf going in, Storm Bolting, oh my god, the Crystal Maiden and the Rubik die instantly. Now Smurf still has his ultimate up, that's a dev CM, nothing she could have done there to survive. Sorry to cut you off, there's just a little bit of engagement going on.
It's alright, no problem.
Yeah. So now I think this is going to be an easy push for the tier 1 tower. Yeah, Fnatic
Why aren't they roshing? Oh my god.
Yeah.
They have complete map control right now. A couple of them could just back off and Roshan.
Yeah, I agree. I think they really are scared of the reverse polarity vacuum. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of at this point. Because, yeah, this is so narrow. Like, it's going to be so easy to hit both of those spells. Might even push you on the high ground if the Darkseer can pull the vacuum off. So, I don't know. I think that's what they're scared of, maybe.
They just set up another set of wards, Sentry and Observer wards, so maybe now they're going to think about it, but no, everyone's just returning to lane. It's so frustrating to see them get an early item like this, because TA can't, I mean, he can take advantage of Medallion, but giving him the ability to dive a little bit further, man, just, I don't know why, I don't think you should get that item unless you plan on doing early Roshan.
Yeah, it gives you armor and mana regen, but it's not like the 2 most important things for TA. Damage is more important in my opinion. You have the reflect to block the damage anyway, so...
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing is that they're just like, they can't really fight. Having an extra life on TA would be huge for one fight. All they need to do is win like, at this point they have to win a bunch of fights to be in an okay place, but I don't know. Earlier, I think if they had gotten that Roshan at like 10 minutes, it would have been really nice for them.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And they definitely had the chance to, for sure. I mean, she got it under 8 minutes, so they could have got it definitely by the 10-minute mark. But yeah, for now the PA has a Vanguard, so I guess she didn't want the Battle Fury. Maybe the reason for that,
enough.
Yeah, maybe the reason for that is definitely the Empower, kind of like a built-in Battle Fury, almost. So yeah, maybe that's Rio Bruise's reasoning.
I mean, the farm was also terrible, and now finally Fnatic's gonna smoke in a Roche.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so we have a pause coming in here. So the Radiant, did they see this? They might have. No, they definitely did not see that.
Unless they were staring at that Sentry Ward.
Yeah. But even that only has like the radius around it, so I don't think they have the possibility of seeing this.
Yeah. It would have been like maybe like the corner of a hero, but I imagine they probably didn't. Smurf also in position to join back in here, and I mean they've had that smoke for a long time, but alternatively Rubik also has a smoke, so if they think this might be happening, they're grouped up in such a way where they can just immediately smoke up and run in there, and the Roshan is still going to take like a little bit of time, probably enough time for April O'Neil to get over there.
Yeah, and it actually looks like they are preparing to go into Roche, because even Magnus is TPing here right now. They have 5 here. If they're not going for Roche, they might have just been planning to do like a smoke gank right now, and maybe they'll bump into each other. Who knows? But yeah. So since it's paused, I think this would be a good time to look at the gold graph again. And wow, okay, we see about almost a 6,000 gold lead for Fnatic, and as far as XP goes, wow, yeah, almost 6,000 XP lead also for Fnatic, so that's interesting. I didn't actually think that they were winning in EXP.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they're winning in EXP, not so much in gold. They've been farming better than April O'Neil, but these fights are still going to be horrifying for them because they just can't match up against Magnus, Darkseer, and PA. So they're still going to have to be extremely careful despite their advantage. And where's that gold going? Well, let's see.
That's a good question.
BKB up on Whitebeard. That's a pretty important pickup for him. And there's a Sheepstick on Tobacco.
Yeah, the Sheepstick.
So that's pretty much going to make a difference right there. That Sheepstick could be really nice if he can use it before reverse polarity goes down.
Alright, well since this is paused, I'm going to take... Oh, okay, it's not about to pause anymore. I heard my family in the background. I hope that wasn't too loud. Can you hear that? My mom like yelling right now?
A little bit. Not really, it's fine.
Okay, cool. So Whitebeard says go, but oh, the Crystal Maiden's AFK. I'm gonna be right back in like 10 seconds, right? I'm gonna tell my mom to quiet down a little.
Okay. And if you guys want to know more about me, I'm a Ghost of Gamers caster. We're at ghostofgamers.net. Also started a new show, Around the Fountain, which is basically the Dota 2 equivalent of SportsCenter. Friend here, Cool GG's, also a part of that. So if you guys want to check that out, you can go over to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/whatishipdota2.
Wow, the game's still paused, huh?
Yeah, I just gave myself a shout out.
Shout out to yourself.
Yep, shout out to myself and my new show.
Yeah, oh yeah, we should talk about that. So, how much did you say already?
Everything, pretty much.
Yeah. Just saying, What Is Hip over here probably has the best writing staff I can think of in the Dota community right now. So yeah, definitely check out his show. Yeah, it's really, really good. And if you are looking to know about the Dota community and what's going on, perfect show for you. It looks like the game is unpausing right now, so the Roshan attempt is going to go right now. Oh, actually, they're not actually going for it. They just went into the pit.
God! Fnatic! Oh. They're literally killing me right now. And, wow, actually, it looks like there was some spidey sense from April O'Neil yet again, as they walked right in there. They're like, wait, guys, we're definitely here. So,
yeah, it's interesting. They actually don't have too much of the map boarded, so they could have been anywhere. I mean, Fnatic could have been anywhere, but yeah, they sensed it was a Roshan and went straight for it. So, Smurf finally finished his drums. Gonna get engaged by PA right now. Warcry gets activated. Coup de Grace hits once. She's gonna need a couple more though to bring down the spend. And dodges the Ice Path. That was a good dodge right there. And let's see if anything happens from this engagement. Dagger on Lina. Yeah, I think everyone's gonna be A-okay here.
Smurf backing up. He's getting a little bit closer to that BKB. They're gonna want to avoid fighting until he can get that.
Yeah, I agree. Meanwhile, Queen of Pain is pushing the top lane. Trying to do as much damage to that tower as she can. The more damage you do, the less you have to do later.
Yeah, and there's not really anything that... I mean, they have to go back to try to stop it, but there's not really anything April O'Neil can do. As soon as they leave the mid lane, Tobacco should just blink into the trees or blink back, and that's exactly what he does.
You know, it's weird. I think April O'Neil are in a really weird position where they could probably let the PA just farm up in the carry late game, or they could also just try to win a couple team fights right now with the Wombo combo. I feel like Yeah, they have a really strong position in this game right now. It's like they have two different choices, and whichever one will work out better is going to work for them.
I think that if Fnatic tries to go for a Roshan, and April O'Neil knows it's happening, they're going to go for the fight as pretty much as quick as they can, just because they know they can win. Like, if there'd have to be something weird happen for them to lose a fight.
Derp Derp stacking the Ancients right now. That's really important for those support players out there. If you're not... Oh, okay, so we're going to actually see the Ancients get taken down right now. This could actually...
Oh my god, so much money.
Yeah, this is huge, actually. This could be really good for Fnatic. Charlie.
He went from barely having enough for the Mithril Hammer to having almost enough for the whole BKB.
Yeah, so... What was it? Yeah, like I was saying, if you're a support player and you don't really have anything to do, it's around the 51-second mark. Oh, and they put down a sentry to see Hannah Montana. They just said something was up there and instantly gets bursted down. Whitebeard pops BKB. Didn't seem like that was necessary. Yeah, that happened.
I think he thought the whole team was right behind him.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing too. So, wasted BKB charge. That was his first one though, so it's okay. It's still on 9 seconds.
Yeah, and Smurf has his BKB also. So with those two BKBs up in about 1 minute, oh my god, there's more Ancients for the taken. Smurf is so happy right now.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. The Radiant stacked these for themselves, and just the Dire just going to take it away from them. So, like I was saying, if you're a support player and it's around the 51-second mark, you don't have much to do, you're near the Ancients, just stack that Ancients camp. It'll help your carry out so much later on after he can do them. And it's well invested time.
Yeah, so now Fnatic in a position where I think they can win some fights. Both their two major damage sources are in pretty good shape, so the annoying thing is they are going to be disabled for, what is it, 4 seconds? 3.25 seconds now with reverse polarity, but all that damage on top that killed them last time isn't going to matter this time. So the reverse polarity, so here's the double-edged sword for April O'Neil. They can reverse polarity the team and try to burst them down, but if they don't kill Smurf and Whitebeard, their whole team might just die as soon as the fight's over, because there's going to be some pretty tremendous damage coming out of both of them.
Yeah, and Smurf does have his BKB up now, and that's a good one. That's a good item. The important thing to say here is that reverse polarity does go through the BKB, so he is going to get positioned, and that's not good for Smurf. So, yeah, yet another reason to pick Magnus, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons to pick that guy. He's so good.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's going for a refresher, so he's going for the full utility build. I think it's the best option. It's sort of like Naga, where he has some hard carry potential, but I think he's actually best played as a utility, just because some of his skills are so unbelievably strong in complementing the rest of your team. What I mean by that is, if you have double reverse polarity, like, there's literally no way you lose that fight. You have time to kill basically the entire enemy team. With level 16, that's 2 4-second stuns. 8 seconds of them not being able to do anything, regardless of whether they have a BKB, is like unbelievably good. It's so crazy.
Yeah, definitely, and yeah, that ult scales upwards. So in a way, Magnus actually gets better as he levels up. Definitely want to get him to level 16 as soon as possible. And that's probably a reason that they put him in the off lane here, is because he gets solo EXP as opposed to tri-lane or dual lane EXP. Able to get his ultimate up faster.
Yeah, occasionally we've even seen the same strategy being applied to Faceless Void when playing against Sven. This weekend in DreamHack, there was one game where, I'm pretty sure it was Loda, played offlane Faceless Void just to get the Chronosphere as soon as they could to shut down the Sven. And I think they ended up losing that game, but it doesn't matter. They won the whole tournament, so clearly they've got some smart strategies moving on.
I actually remember that. It was against the Juggernaut, right?
Yep. And Hannah has Pipe and Mech now.
Yeah, I think they actually won that game, if I'm not mistaken.
Did they win? I don't remember. They might have.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Hannah has his pipe now, like you said. I want to check the PA. I'm really interested to see what she's going for next. And yeah, it's a BKB. Really good choice. Like, there is nothing on the Fnatic team that goes through BKB. So, yeah, really good choice there.
All she has to worry about is the Sven right click.
I don't know, what do you think about this Vanguard? Like, do you think it would have been better if it was a Battle Fury?
Yeah, but I understand why she got it. I mean, you get Vanguard when you're playing from behind, which April O'Neil was for the first little bit. I think it could have gone either way. Like, I think both decisions would have been okay. I think probably I would have gone for Battle Fury because it's a little bit more aggressive, and that's sort of how I play. So I guess it's personal preference. Vanguard might be a bit of a safer choice because they know that with the abilities that they have, PA can outcarry Sven. Straight up, maybe not, but with reverse polarity, as long as you catch Smurf, then PA will be able to outcarry that.
Magnus blinking in, trying to take that tower, but gets killed by the catapult anyway, so no reason to do
And I cannot believe that both teams have not gotten Roshan yet. It's like blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, it's really strange. It's 30 minutes into the game and no Roshan attempts yet. Not even, like, did they do it, but no attempts. So.
Yeah, like no one's even hit that. No one's even hit him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sad.
Well, the medallion actually I've been watching and it's been helping Whitebeard farm better. So at least he's been using it for that, you know?
Yeah, and he's got a Chrysalis. He's going for that strong damage. It's going to be a Daedalus. And I bet Smurf wish he had that much farm. He has Mask of Madness now, so that'll be helpful. But he's still missing a crucial part of the recipe for a team-killing Sven, which is that Daedalus.
Yeah, and I am actually a little disappointed not to see a Blink Dagger on Whitebeard because I feel like if he had the Blink Dagger, he could stay a little bit back in the team fights, wait for Magnus to pop reverse polarity, and then jump in and try to pick off maybe CM or Rubik really fast. But, you know, Chrysalis is really good too. That's the damage you need. And BKB also helps, but, you know, maybe he'll get a Blink Dagger in a little bit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And so, yeah, we see a little bit of a push attempt, possibly, down in the bottom
Oh, they're
lane.
smoking. Oh my god, are they going to Roche? Say it ain't so. Fnatic, finally. Maybe? No, go back in there.
Yeah, definitely a Roche right now.
Alright, so they're definitely rushing. And now it's late enough in the game where they've got the tools to bring it down quick from Dalian, as well as that meld. No armor for Roche means that he's going to die very quickly, and Sven's going to be the one to pick it up.
Yeah,
And they've waited long enough where I think that this is the appropriate choice. Earlier, I would have probably said Whitebeard. Now there's an engagement. BKB. Oh! Oh, Rubik. Reverse polarity going down as well, and that's so much damage still on Fnatic. And Darkseer able to take down Tobacco. Aegis already being used.
Whitebeard's in a lot of trouble here. Popped the refraction already, so yeah, he's dead. But Smurf Dota, he's coming out with his ulti. He's going to be able to hammer down some people. Oh, maybe not. No, I think he could have actually kept going on that. He had his Stormhammer up, so he could have stunned. But yeah, that was a really fast team fight, I have to say. Everything happened really, really quickly. People died instantly. Close. So yeah, who do you think has more...
3-for-3.
Yeah, who do you think has more control of this game right now?
In the fights or overall?
Overall. Wow.
I have no idea.
Holy crap. Okay, well there's a 15k lead in EXP for the Diet right now.
I would say Fnatic then. I mean, the fights are still hard for them. Like, they had a huge advantage in that fight, and they still traded even. They lost Aegis, so I don't know, man. That was a tough one for me, and Whitebeard bought back, so they have to make something happen.
Yeah, it's actually his second buyback this game, if I'm not mistaken. He had one really early on. But yeah, the golden EXP graph very much slanted towards the Dire, so yeah, I guess Fnatic are in the lead of this game. And
Yeah,
here we go, Smurf Dota trying to... Oh, he's going to get engaged by 3 people. There's the vacuum. The skewer pushing him really far away. Warcry gets popped. He's running away quick. Shockwave damage. Even the neutral creep saying, Smurf, you must die. But no, he pops his BKB. Is he going to make it out? Sheepsig now and Sleazel. Queen of Pain blinks away. Weird engagement. Very weird indeed. No one's going to die. Derp, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, my friend. But a Yule Scepter keeping her alive. Queen of Pain ulti. Lina does go down. Sven goes down. Oh man, this is not looking good for Fnatic anymore. So yeah, BKB popped on Templar Assassin. The Ice Path gonna hit almost perfectly. The meld damage is... Oh, PA dies as well. Rubik is in trouble too now. There's no way of him surviving. Did any...
What?
Yeah.
This fight was, like, unbelievable. Both teams, like, literally just threw that fight out the window. Like, Smurf walked back in. Smurf spent that entire fight running away, and then he just, like, turned around and died, and I don't understand that. But then April and Neil completely overstayed their welcome, and Fnatic was able to clean him up. I understand Smurf turned around because he figured, well, I guess I had Mask of Madness. Maybe if I get some good damage out, I won't die. But he doesn't have the crit to get the huge life gain really fast. So
Radiant's top
definitely.
tower
I
is
think
under
he
make
actually
sense, but
got one shot by PA after he went back in, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah,
Radiant's
for
top
people
tower
that don't
has
know,
fallen.
BKB, Mask of Madness, Daedalus, that is the Sven build these days. That is what you use to absolutely pub stomp. And even competitive play, I think Fear uses it constantly. That's his only Sven build.
Most fans do that build.
Yeah, and definitely it's because, like you said, even if you're at low life, if you can crit once with that God's Strength on you, like, you're gonna get so much of your life back. It's almost like you took no damage at all. So yeah, that's the reason that Sven's been played a lot. He actually got buffed recently too, I believe, right?
Sven, yeah, God's Strength got buffed.
Yeah, exactly. So it's nice to see him. I always liked that hero. And I didn't really like him being played as a support, as some teams used to play him.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to come down to a couple of the later game engagements. I think that if Slicel can get up his refresher, they'll be in pretty good shape. But he still has to get the Perseverance, and also has to get the recipe. So he's like still pretty significantly far away. I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, the Templar Assassins should really get a Blink Dagger in my opinion. But yeah, Daedalus is also really good. But yeah, if she can dodge the reverse polarities and then jump in and pick some people off really fast, I think that's the best choice that Dire have in the team fights. Because like I said, the BKB that Sven has, it's not going to be able to help him against 2 reverse polarities, aka 8 second CC.
Dire's top tower is
Yeah,
under attack.
it's like a stupid amount of stun.
Yeah.
They're pushing in finally now on the top tower, but I don't know. I mean, this game is just really bizarre. It's because it's weird because Fnatic has a big advantage, but the fights are still just like stupid. And this is what I was talking about when I say Magnus can play from behind. I mean, they have no business ever winning a fight, and they traded even. So I don't know. He's a really strong hero. That's what I'll say.
Bottom tower is
Yeah,
under attack.
definitely top tier pick these days. So Tobacco is going for a Shiva's Guard. I think that's going to be a Shiva's Guard. Might be an Assault Press. Wouldn't be surprised either way. Daedalus is finished now on Whitebeard. That is going to hurt a lot. And Warcry being popped. Are they going to go on these two in mid? Hannah Montana and Crystal Maiden are in big trouble now. Shadow Strike, Scream of Pain. Okay, that's going to be a dead Hannah. He pops Pipe, tries to survive. Wow, dodges the Queen of Pain ulti, but Crystal Maiden, she goes down. Too much damage from that TA. And yeah, Hannah going back in. Why, Hannah? Why? Oh, I don't know what he was planning on doing there, but it did not work out for him. There we go.
And that's Smurf. Oh, and he misses reverse polarity, has to skewer out. Running out of options. Slicel, when it matters the most, missed the most important reverse polarity. Instantly brought down, and now Fnatic has an unbelievably great opportunity to take the racks. Magnus is back up, but without reverse polarity, he's pretty limited in what he can do.
Yeah, definitely, but does he finish with Refresher? I don't think he did, no.
No.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to be racks in my opinion. I don't think that AON can stop this.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah,
has fallen.
so all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye... Oh, there's the wall from Darkseer. Did he make a Sven illusion? I think he did.
Yep.
And PA doing a lot of right-click damage. Needs more coup de grace. Though. Lina, meanwhile, just auto-attacking. Gets a stun off.
Oh, damage.
That's a lot of crit. TA. Oh my god, CM using the ulti, trying to get some kills. Gets stunned out of it though. Meanwhile, Rolo's just chilling, taking his own
what
illusion.
are you doing?
He might have lagged there. I don't know if he meant to do that. I'm not sure.
He was just standing there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm in the enemy base, what up?
Yeah. Maybe he was just a little angry that CM actually got a good ulti off, because CMs usually aren't able to do that. Yeah, that was interesting.
There's a Shiva's Guard in the corner as well as a Demon Edge for Smurf.
Cool.
So he did a ton of damage that fight, even without the Daedalus.
Yeah.
And that was they didn't get these racks though.
Yeah, you got to give it up for AON for defending that. I mean, the wall made the Sven illusion, and that I think that was the major turning point in that team fight. Definitely did a lot of damage to Fnatic. So, yeah, I'm definitely surprised. I thought that was definitely going to be a racks down. And
We'll have to see if Slicel and his crew of Hannah I don't know if they're gonna be able to recoup from that. Let's take a look quick. Whoa, oh my god, the XP grab. 25k in favor of Fnatic.
Damage.
And I'm concerned. I'm concerned for the April O'Neil crew.
yeah, Well, the important thing is that PA is keeping up with levels with the other team, and Darkseer is also. Magnus needs to be there too, though. That's the big problem. Not so big of a deal that Crystal Maiden is level 12. She doesn't really scale much better anymore as the levels go up. She will get tankier with stats and stuff like that, but other than that, not too important to have a high level CM. Rubik also, his spell steal lasts for longer, but still not as big of a deal. He definitely need a level 16 Magnus, though. That is pretty important at this stage of the game.
Yeah, and Sliceable has just been continually shut down all game, and Fnatic's been doing a good job doing that. I mean, still not 16, still not having a refresher. Both those things extremely important to him, and Smurf just continuing to get stronger and stronger.
Yeah, Smurf now, is he done with his... he built a Monkey King bar. I thought he was going dataless, but I guess not. Yeah.
Really? What the... Why would you do that? Smurf.
I mean, definitely...
No, man, no balls, man. No balls in Smurf Dota.
I guess he wants to make sure that PA doesn't evade his attacks, so not that bad of a choice, you gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but no balls.
Yeah, no giant crits. Oh, there's a Stormbolt. Rubik's gonna pay for this, almost certainly. Yep, 2 hits later, he's down. BKB is popped now and Sven. Oh, the clean damage is hitting Sneasel. He doesn't want to, though. Animal 10 has to pop Mechanism just to stay alive a little bit longer, but once the Stormbolt's off cooldown, he's gonna be dead as well.
Yeah, and with these BKBs, Fnatic has been able to make these fights happen on their terms when they want. Oh, nice ice path from Rolo. Gonna secure the kill on Hannah Montana. But with those BKBs, like I was saying, they're able to make it so Sliceable can't initiate like he was in the earlier parts of the game. There's nothing to help him set up, and triple kill for Tobacco. And it's looking better and better for Fnatic. Derp might go down to this PA. If he makes it out of here,
yeah, we don't know yet.
That fiery soul movement.
PA does not have
that's
vision
the best
here.
spot.
I think he waited too long. I think he could have escaped that, but he waited. Mid-Rax is down now. Top Rax also being pushed, so I don't know. This might be the GG here.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for Fnatic, and at this point I expect pretty much feudal resistance from AON.
Rubik does steal Warcry. That's not the best spell you want to steal, but he'll be able to escape a little bit faster, I guess. Get some bonus armor.
Double racks. That's pretty much significant at the end of the game for most teams.
Yeah. Yeah,
especially
definitely.
Before like the 1 hour mark, you can't really. I mean, they're not farmed enough to do anything. Look at the CS chart. Queen of Pain almost 100 over anyone on the Radiant team.
Tobacco going in, pops Shiva's guard, pops the BKB. She is trying to do as much damage to Rubik as possible. Rubik will get away. Ice Path hits on no one, I believe. Meld damage, PA is fine. Wow, I think I actually turned this around. Now Tobacco is in trouble, but will she be able to bring down the Phantom? Oh, the coup de grace finishing her off, as well as the bash, because I believe she does have a bash.
Whitebeard's back with a vengeance, double kill already. Now he's going to chase down Sliceable. No escape except for the blank. CM dropping the ulti on Rolo. Rolo dies. CM. Double kill for Whitebeard. Shockwave coming in. Sliceable coming back, trying to take down the Whitebeard. There's the TPN, but there's other heroes coming in now. Smurf Dota's back, and he drops it. Watching Crystal Maiden die to these heroes is so funny. Ultra kill for Whitebeard, 1 kill away from the Rampage, and there's the GG. Fnatic finally able to make the gold advantage enough to bring it down.
Yeah, this was actually a really entertaining game. I definitely enjoyed it. So yeah, this is my first cast ever, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, What Is Hip, for joining me. You're a great man. I love you. And like you said earlier, check out his new show. Check out his YouTube channel. And yeah, I'm actually taking critiques right now, so if any of you would like to write about what I could improve on, just write it down below. I'll make sure to read it. I'll probably even message you back saying thank you. And yeah,
yep.
Any last words, Greg?
See more from me at whatiship.tv and youtube.com/whatishipdota2.
Yeah, also just check out Ghost Gamers in general. They have a great website, great articles to read. Basically the highest level of Dota coverage out there, I think.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Whitebeard, the success there, 13-4.
Yeah, nice. Alright, well, thank you for joining us, you guys, and we're out of here.